I'm Sam from Rick Jones Pianos, and we're here with a really lovely Yamaha G2, built in Hamamatsu, Japan in 1978. Just a little bit longer than 5.5 feet long. This one is with the a bit unusual walnut satin finish here. Most of the G2s we get in our showroom are polished ebony. A smaller number are satin ebony. We don't get a whole lot of walnut ones. Generally, in my opinion, the whole tendency over time has been the smaller the Yamaha grand piano, the more likely it's going to be a finish other than ebony, especially other than polished ebony. And so getting up to the G2 and G3 size, it becomes increasingly more difficult to find a wood finish piano. So if you are in the market for a wood finish piano, a quality Japanese made wood finish piano, and you wanted something that's not a baby grand but something larger with the deeper bass that you get with a larger piano, I would definitely consider this piano. We don't see a whole lot of G2s like this. This piano has been reconditioned with new strings and tuning pins, and I thought the bass had a very strong sound as a result. We weren't happy with the condition of the old strings. The bass strings sounded maybe a little tubby when they came in, and sometimes that will happen if they're tarnished and aged, if the piano didn't have as easy of a life. So we're more than comfortable putting a 10-year warranty, all parts and labor, on this piano, particularly with its new parts. We do ask, of course, that you make sure the piano will be in tune twice a year by a professional piano technician, and you keep the piano away from extremes of humidity. That will be crucial for keeping not only the soundboard in good condition, but also maintaining the tuning stability of the piano, and also making sure the strings are going to remain in as good condition as these new strings are over many decades. And if you maintain your piano and enjoy it as often as you wish, you can play it as often as you want, you'll get many decades out of it with proper maintenance. So it's really a lovely piano. I can't say that the finish is 100% perfect. If you look closely, you'll find some very minor surface scratches, which looks like we've tried to rub out as much as we can. It's difficult to get everything out, but for the age that this piano is, 1978, it appears not to have been exposed to much sun, if at all. Often a walnut finish like this, of this age, might show some signs of light exposure, but here it looks quite dark. And I don't think we refinished it, we just rubbed out the old finish. That on top of the fact that many old pianos of this time period were made with a lighter stained walnut finish to begin with. That was popular back in the 60s especially. This has the more darker finish, which in my opinion is a little bit more in fashion these days. A very beautiful finish, I think. We've polished the brass to a satin finish to match the piano. Normally a polished brass, really shiny brass, would be maybe more appropriate for a polished ebony piano, or the rare polished walnut that we get in here. But this is satin to match a satin finished piano. A really nice piece of furniture. Plus this bench is included. It's not original. My colleague tells me it's what we got in our showroom new over 20 years ago. I don't know where it came from, but we ended up with it. Very nicely made. And it does match very nicely. We have a very comfortable top here, flat padded top. We also have button style benches available, new out of the box if you should wish to have that instead, and we'll do our best as we can to match the wood finish to this piano amongst our new bench inventory and storage. It's a really nice piano. I'll rate the tone of 5 on a scale from 1 to 10, from mellow to bright. It's not what I would call exactly bright, although it does have a clear sound, especially in the melody range. All of the notes individually ring out very clearly, but whatever edge the tone might have had, we were able to voice out. Sometimes Yamahas of this time period are known for having a bright sound, but this one doesn't have that. It's clear, but really not much of an edge to the tone, though. It's just only clear, not mellow, not really bright, very much in the middle, very balanced, I think, across the keyboard too. And the touch is a little bit on the light side. I would definitely rate it a 4 on a scale from 1 to 10, from light to firm. A very agreeable, very smooth touch. It's regulated up very nicely. Just the whole course of the key going up and down. There's no jerking or inconsistency or gritty feel. It's just very smooth. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. But there being less resistance in the keys, it will give you an easier time. It will maybe make it easier for you to get a loud sound if you need to bring it out. Maybe you're returning to the piano after many years' absence. Maybe you grew up with an old walnut baby grand and haven't played piano in a long time, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself with a firm touch. I would definitely consider this piano. And I know some teachers want their students on a more firm touch piano. I'll say that I grew up on a piano almost identical to this, except it had a ebony finish, but almost the same exact year, Yamaha G2, and it has a very slightly light touch. In my opinion, there are very good things about a light touch. You can play very quickly and very precisely, and with a piano as well regulated as this one is, you get a whole lot of control with maybe spending a little bit less energy in your fingers. So I enjoy playing on a piano like this. When a Yamaha has a slightly light touch and it's well regulated, I find it to be very responsive and quite a pleasure to play. So a lot going for it, I think. So 5 and 4 for tone and touch, and I told you all about the warranty. You also get a 100% lifetime trade-up guarantee if you fulfill what we request, that you get it in tune twice a year and keep it away from extremes if humidity. Not only do you get the 10-year warranty, all parts and labor, you get a full lifetime upgrade guarantee with us. For the price you pay for this piano, that will be your exact trade-in value, or any other piano if you should choose a different piano. And you can upgrade at any point with us in the future to another piano that's more expensive, maybe a larger Yamaha or Kawai. If you're short on space, maybe a Steinway M, just about the same size as this, but more expensive. If you want to do that in the future, you can do that with us. And all you have to do is pay the difference in prices between the lesser expensive one and the newer, more expensive one. So, but as good condition as this piano is in, I think you'll be able to enjoy it for many, many years if you prefer to do that and just stick with one piano. It is a very nice piano, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. So definitely stop by if you can and try this out for yourself. We're open 7 days a week, but if you can't make it, you can always give us a phone call or send us an email.